Are you still looking at me?
Yo, what's going on, mighty folks? This is your boy, the one and only Mighty Avenger, the multitasker. You know the name. I'm okay. If you're wondering why am I signing, because technically my day was completely lousy. And to make it as a short version of this, it was slow, repetitively, and a dumb day. Just slow, steady, and perhaps was dead slow, and yet it was just a dumb day. Sometimes in life that it makes you wonder how many hours do I have to get this day to be over with it, and just grab a beer. You know what I mean? It was just dumb to me, because it's just like any other day that I have to deal with, whether it could be good and sometimes it could be shit. And I think it's just complex. But at least that my shift was already over, and of course I had to do other things I need to take care of. So, but at least I'm well calm, and at the same time I'm going to be positive, because no matter what days are going to be or how bad it is, I'm just going to stay positive regardless. And at the same time, I'm going to be positive about this, and hopefully this will cheer me up, because it's time to do another reaction, because this regards to Dragon Ball FighterZ, the base form Goku and Vegeta trailer has finally dropped since this morning. So, but not one, but two trailers, and I'm aware that these when it comes to game trailers, sometimes it could be about like 2 minutes, but in this case, this is a really short ones, and I understand that. So to me, I consider them as a teaser, because they could give you a little briefs of what to expect for more gameplays until those DLCs can be officially released. And I'm also aware that from everybody saying that it is it's basically saying that they're very skeptical and concerned of these two are controversial, because we got ourselves another variation of Goku and Vegeta, blah, blah, blah. This is just a second-rate clone between Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan Blue, Vegeta and Goku. But keep in mind, if you just simply go back to the early days of Dragon Ball Z, and to the Saiyan arc story, the epic showdown between Goku and Vegeta, that was... You could feel yourself or you could feel your goosebumps about shit's about to happen. I mean, literally, there was just hands about to be thrown. You know what I mean? Not only it was a fast-paced action, but it mostly intense, and at the same time, it went brutal. It was just a smackdown that was ever considered a history of Dragon Ball ever. And that's the whole reason why Dragon Ball Z becomes such a popular, not only in Japan, but it brings the same feel over to the US, and that's how everybody, including myself, becomes such addicted to Dragon Ball Z. So just think that for 1 second, that maybe that's the reason why that Goku and Vegeta in their base forms are going to be as a DLC for the roster. So it may not be the best, may not be the only best option to be picked, but it was obviously it was a fan service only in Japan. So I have no grudge about that. I mean, of course, that's people's opinions about that, but at the same time, I'm going to respect their choices and what and why. So with that said, so what I'm going to be doing right now is that I'm going to be reacting and also break it down to see exactly what are some stuffs that could be a references, hopefully that will bring some reference to Dragon Ball Z. And also that I'm going to be reacting to Vegeta trailer. So this is considered as a two-part of the reaction to base form Goku and Vegeta. So I am going to start off with Goku and then Vegeta. So without further ado, let's begin. Alright, let's see what they got. Oh, look at that! Nimbus! Okay, that is cool. That's the iconic mode. Nice. There's Kaioken. Look at that combo. There's the skill bomb. Okay, that's not too bad. Alright, that's not too bad. So yeah, and for what? Okay, so this is the meteor attack, which is the super spirit bomb. All right, so all right, let's go back. Let's go back right here. That'll do. All right, here we go. Okay, that shot right there. Now that's such a classic look where Goku is riding the Nimbus. That's very, very recognizable of the opening to Dragon Ball Z. That is such a feel to see that in broad daylight, soar into the air. That's classic. Now this part that was funny and weird to me at the same time, because if I remember correctly, was it Gohan the one who jumped off and just fell to the sky and headed to the ground, but then was Goku that spin back and actually saves him? I guess I guess the Arc System Work decided wanted to have Goku to do the jumping. Instead of falling, he actually, hold on, you'll see what I'm talking about. He just landed, and not to mention to strike his fighting stance. That's such classic to the Saiyan arc where the showdown begins. Not bad. I like it. Okay, and this part right there, that also reminds me when he faced off with two members of the Ginyu Force, Berta and Jace, and just, of course, he's standing there doing nothing. Of course, he just did this, basically just creating a key wave, just to brush those two off like it was nothing, like simply, like literally, like brush off the bunch of flies. You know what I mean? All right. So he still has the Kamehameha, obviously for the ground and air. So it is basically just a straightforward Kamehameha. So that's maybe that's the case, but not completely. Well, more like he still can do on the ground, but I don't know, downward, whatever. And that part when he just did the grab and toss him. And quickly just shows, and Goku quickly shows up and did the drop kick. In this part, in that scene, I think this is where he used that same strike on Berta, just to aim to the back. So yeah, it definitely reminds me of that signature part right there. So that's my little theory of what it is. But and of course there's the Kaioken. So, and I also understand it goes to 3 different types of Kaioken. If your one team member loses, Goku can go double for the Kaioken times 3. But if it's going to be a second team member dies off, he can go to Kaioken's times 20. So that's from what I heard. So that basically means that could actually kind of, double the strength for him that can execute. And I think, let's see, considering from hit and also, what was it else? I think it was cell, that you can also add the input, do the input additionals for the I think at some point you can also do the additional inputs for the Kaioken combo, because you could just input anytime. You could just input whether it could be a weak or a middle melee, because I think that's how it is, either the square or the triangle. I think that's what it looks like. That's how it works. Just keep on going. This part, you could also fire a Kamehameha while in Kaioken. Oh my god! Oh shit! That's just making it a nasty combo, man. And at the same time, this part right here, that's also reminds me of the Namek story, that Goku just utilized the Super Kamehameha while in Kaioken's times 20 against Frieza, which that of course he uses one hand to block that, and of course everybody knows that it barely damages to Frieza's hand, so we already know how the rest goes. In this part, Goku's Super Spirit Bomb as a meteor attack. So I guess 3 bars, I think. And yes, and not to mention, the Spirit Bomb is very slow. And it definitely does. It takes the whole screen. I mean, literally takes the whole screen, and it does gonna take some damage. So I don't know how that's gonna be, what the results is. But I also understand that there are 2 types of the Spirit Bomb, which is that I think I saw the screenshot on Facebook that he can use the one-hand Spirit Bomb that brings the references when he was training with King Kai of the North, and where of course that he levitated that solid brick and simply spinning around the planet, and just hopefully that waiting for him to take his time to take one fire shot, and of course you already know how that go. He actually succeeded. So that's another references from Dragon Ball Z. And so I don't know how that works. So I guess that's basically, it depends on how you're going to charge the Spirit Bomb. So I don't know. So hopefully hopefully that once the DLC finally comes out in August, so hopefully I can understand a little bit. So that's probably going to be on my next video for the learning curve, so I can fully understand how that works. But that's it of the Goku trailer. So stay tuned, guys. I will be reacting to Vegeta momentarily. So this is where I'm going to do the time skip in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.